All right. Shalom. I of course want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the gospel of this truth. Um, I just wanted to uh, do a little video real quick. Um, I actually got it on a little schedule. I'll leave that little surprise till later because it has to do with the topic of this video. I did a video last year. Um, yeah, I would say it's probably exactly a year ago. I believe 12 months ago now. I entitled it. I believe I entitled it the teenage myth or something like that. I want to do a follow up video to that video, okay? Because I was give a little hint to a little project I've been working on over the past couple months, which might have God knows what I'm talking about. Uh, but I've been working on a project for the last couple of months. For those who don't know, I was actually writing a book. Okay, I was writing a 200-page book. Like, I mean, those damn, thick, not notebook. Those big, thick papers, man, like damn printer paper. Um, but except with the lines on it. Anyway, I pretty much finished the book a couple weeks ago. I was remained quiet on it because I was gonna hold the secret on it for a little while. I after you have to go through certain processes of getting it out there. I have a group of individuals I work with that are in there that are in the truth, who know a little about it. They were trying to start up their own little web page. Um, but anyway, the title of the book is entitled the Teenage Myth, is what the book is entitled. And basically what the book is about is refuting the belief in adolescence. Okay, and in the book, it's about, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it is about, see, yeah, 20 chapters long. I don't have it with me right now. I have it in my lockbox. I have it in the safe, within the safe, within the safe, within the safe. And I'm not even being sarcastic. Okay, within a fireproof safe, may I also mention, and watertight one. Anyway, um, if I if memory serves me correct, I believe it's 20 chapters I did in the book. It took me about 2 to 2.5 months to finish it. Um, I pretty much have read the entire book myself, and I will say that I am truly happy with the end result. The next step is to have somebody rewrite it for me, to fix my writing errors, as we all should. If if you write a book, you should always have a professional write over it for you, and then from that you got to find a publisher, and the steps leading on, which I had to do more research on, which I actually know somebody who you know can print books, but you gotta watch who you get involved with, man, because there's certain things that they get iffy. And if they disagree with you, they don't want to print your stuff. Say for an example, when you deal with politics, right? If they disagree, then they don't want to do it for you. Um, let's see. So yeah, the book basically covers from historical perspective on it, leading into its creation, leading into the problems it causes, okay, get into the hypocrisy and self-contradictory in the belief, and the end is how we can put an end to it, and how we can recover, and give the generations to come a chance, which I put the project a little bit behind, because looking on everything that's going on in the world right now. Do we really even have time? You know what I'm saying? I mean, do we really even have time to publish books right now? And I would say the answer probably is no. However, if, let's just say this was, a test run for another event that's 30 years down the future. I'm, talking about the whole Corolla situation. Um, Possible. Could be. So guess what? If that happens, then I can, publish the book. Lord willing, it's not, but only time can tell. Um, so yeah, I've been working on the Teenage Myth book, and I just wanted to go on a little rant, like I did in the last video, um, on the Teenage Myth and why the belief in adolescence clearly is hypocrisy and does not logically make any sense in any way, shape, and form. I of course want to start off with bringing out the obvious point that anybody who would call a person that his sexual maturity a child, well, that is basically implying that you believe that children can give birth to other children is what one has to by default. One has to admit they believe that children can give birth to children if they believe that people who have hit sexual maturity, which means what? That you can have children. If they can have children and they are children, that means they can give birth to children. It's not hard to understand. That is what anybody believes, which is clearly self contradictory because it is, in fact, that only a mature being of a whatever species, whether it be fish, animal of some sort, it doesn't matter, every animal on the face of the earth, um, it's known fact that only mature beings of that species reproduce and have offspring. So how is it different for human beings? How can human beings be, as they call them, juveniles, which is bullshit, or they call them minors, which is a made-up belief. That doesn't have anything to do with human biology in any way, shape, and form. Um, but it seems ironic and just self-contradictory how they can say that these juveniles can give birth to juveniles themselves. It's not absolutely not logical. It does not make any logical sense in any way, shape, or form. Um, so off that perspective, it clearly is refuted. Okay, that if you can, reproduce, which means what? That you can, bring forth, life to further your species, then that means that you're a adult. It's that simple. This is not rocket science. This is common sense and logic. Okay, anybody who disagrees, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Um, Historical perspective, every civilization in human history, even America, um, once a human being, or I should say, once a child reached sexual maturity, they would be considered to be a adult. And as I said, every civilization in human history, including the United States, at one point in time, um, followed that custom. It wasn't until a man by the name of Stanley Hall. You can just look up G. Stanley Hall on Wikipedia. You'll find him. He came up with a creation that he called adolescence. Um, and pretty much he came out with a book. I believe the book was called Adolescence, if I'm not mistaken. You can also do your research. It would tell you when you look the man up. It would tell you his book that he wrote. And that was back in 1904. Okay, so pretty much, this belief in a teenager or an adolescent has really only existed for just over 100 and some years, man. And I also have to ask this, because they always like to say that adolescence is just a natural part of human development. Now, I have an issue with this. if that's the case, some say human beings existed for 1 million years, some say 300,000. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's just say 500,000, just to be fair, somewhere in the middle. Okay, so you're telling me that this undisputable part of human development was only figured out less than 1% of 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 1% of human history. 100. What is 100? Let's just be fair and say 150, even though that's more than what it actually is. Let's just be fair and say 150 years that adolescence been invented. We'll just say that. So, what is 150 years to 300,000 years or 500,000 years, 1 million years of human existence? You're telling me it for, as I said, I already went over it, right? Not even 1% of half of 1% of half of half of half of 1% of human history. This, biological, you know, fact of human development existed. Am I the only one who finds something fishy with that? I mean, it clearly doesn't seem logical that this biological fact of human development was such a fact, but yet it haven't even been around for any time of human development, or I mean human history. Illogical. It's not logical in any way, shape, and form. Um, Let me just check the time real quick. Okay. Um, you might uh, be wondering why I'm checking the time right now, and this is why I was keeping track of the time. I believe it's mentioned that earlier in the video. Um, Time is 12 12:06 right now. It's 12:06. Um, I guess what that means. I started this video as a child. I started this video as a child, right, as a teenager. But guess what? 6 minutes ago, I turned 18. I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic. I just turned 18 6 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago. Okay? Now, when you clicked on this video, did I seem like a mature human being? Did I look like and act like an adult? And the answer is yes. Did you notice any change that happened to me? Am I any different this second and moment in time from who I was, I don't know, 10 minutes ago in this video? The answer is no. So how did I just become an adult then? How was I a child 5 minutes ago, but now I'm some type of adult? It's absolutely not logical. It is absolutely not logical. Anybody who believes it is a goddamn fool, okay? You become an adult when you are 12 or 13 years old, man. Okay? So, as I said, I've given this example to prove how idiotic the belief in adolescence is. I made sure I timed this perfectly that right now I just turned 18 years old. Okay? But when I started this video, I was 17 years old. So I'm going to ask again, how am I an adult right now, but yet 10 minutes ago I was not? Is there any change in me? Am I any different of a person than who I was 10 minutes ago? The answer is no. So how in all hell can I now be an adult because I'm 18, but 10 minutes ago when I was 17, I was not an adult. I was a child. It's absolutely illogical, okay? And there's nobody who can answer that question for me. It cannot be done. It cannot logically be done, okay? And I know this is the first, YouTube video of its kind, because I'm a unique and I guess one could say talented individual, okay, for my intelligence, which I'm not on, sitting there saying like, what's that cat? That guy, Dreadlord, right? The Southern Israelite, saying he's the best educator in the world. That cat don't know much, man. Guy's a damn fool saying the mark of the beast is not the microchip. Um, but anyway, that's besides the point. Okay, this video here clearly refutes the belief that you become an adult when you turn 18 years old. It is not a belief that's rooted in fact in human biology. It is simply a scribble on a piece of paper that a rich man made up. Um, and you can, if you want to look into that, you can look up a book named The Most Dangerous Superstition by Larkin Rose, and you'll see why I make that connection there. I also want to give a shout out to a book that gave me the inspiration to write my book. Um, and the name of the book is Teen 2.0 by Dr. Robert Epstein. Okay, phenomenal book, 10 out of 10. Must read book. You can find it online for free. Just go to the App Store and look up Teen 2.0. Um, so yeah, you tell me. I mean, am I missing something? Am I any more of an adult this moment in time than who I was 11 minutes ago? The answer is no. So how could I have just became an adult at 18, but at 17 I wasn't? That's illogical. Absolutely illogical. It doesn't make any sense in any way, shape, and form. Okay? Um, so yeah, I just wanted to do this little video real quick. I thought this would be fun just to, mess around, and show the hypocrisy because I only I only got one chance at this. You know what I'm saying? So I had to find a time to sit around and do it. Um, so yeah, you can share your faults down below. Um, and as I said, I'll figure out if I'm gonna publish the book or not. We'll see what happens. Lord willing, I am able to. However, I'd rather chaos to come. I'd rather the end time prophecies be fulfilled than to wait another 30 years in this hell that we call the earth. Okay, so time will tell. Okay, I have it written. We'll see what happens. No promises, but I'll keep everyone updated. In the future on what's going on with that. But anyway, I just wanted to make this silly little video real quick. And yeah, I'm going to say shalom.